I'm Jennifer Lozado, and this is Mike Sigmund, and we're of Summit Financial Partners. And our main topic today is we kind of get two sets of questions, main questions. One is financial planning, and one is investments. We want to talk about how they work together. We are a fee-only investment advisory firm. Which means that we don't sell anything. We don't sell products, so we don't work for commissions. And only our clients pay us, and that allows us to be on the same side of the table as our clients are. The firm has been around about 15 years. I started it 15 years ago, so it is a woman-owned business. And Mike has been here for the last year or so. My background is I've always been in this industry, but I also have some credentials behind that, which is a certified financial planner, chartered financial analyst, and an MBA. And Mike also is a CFP, a certified financial planner.
So one of the things that we kind of talked about in this Facebook Live, and we've had some suggestions from clients and different coaches that, and we've seen different marketing strategies as far as this as being a great way to get out there in front of clients. But one thing that we kind of wanted to answer for ourselves is what are the benefits that we see before we jump into doing this? Why does it make sense for us to actually be doing this? And we came up with 3 different reasons as to why we want to do this, why we want to do the Facebook Live. And the first one is really for you to get to know us better, whether you are existing clients, which I would imagine that the majority of the people watching either are existing clients or you know us in some kind of capacity. The other is we want to be able to provide valuable information. Constantly that a client will come in, or even just friends and family will ask a question it's a great question to be able to provide that answer to more people, just to provide that education to people that would be interested in seeing it or hearing it, is a second reason. And then the third is that we want to continue to challenge and develop ourselves. Kind of behind those credentials and continued education is really important to us. One thing that I really admire about Jennifer and any kind of professional is the humility in knowing that you don't know everything. There's so many things that we don't know, and to continue to learn and grow and develop. And things change too.
They do
in the world of finances, and especially when you get government and taxes involved.
In the last 6 months, we have quite a bit that have changed.
So trying to keep up with that and keep our knowledge sharp. This kind of forces that, putting those topics out there
and it's fun.
Yeah.
So what this is not, though, is we are not going to be picking stocks, as exciting as that could be on some TV shows. And it is not a sales pitch. We're really out here to educate and teach and learn ourselves, and hopefully to provide you with valuable information. And so kind of circling back to the topic of investing versus financial planning, how do they work together? I'm going to speak to the investing part. One of the most common questions that we get is am I properly invested? And it's actually a much harder question to answer than one might think, because it is very dependent on someone's goals and how old they are and how tolerant they are of risk and what we're trying to achieve. Money is really a tool, and we have to figure out what's the right asset mix that's going to get them to their life goals and how they want to live life in the long run. So it is quite unique. And so it really takes some analysis. And what we often see, though, in the United States, and probably in every country, is we've been taught as investors to have a bias towards large companies in the US. And so we see that a lot. But really, that is a very small portion of all that we can invest in as investors. And we can increase our success rate as far as achieving our goals if we spread out and invest much more broadly. So that also goes into what's the most common question that you see on the planning side.
Yeah, which is very similar in structure and in kind of the way that the media and when finances come up, usually in the world is kind of, what was the old commercial? Was it AIG that had the what's your number? This idea of really kind of limiting the planning side or your financial well-being and your financial life to a simple question that you can have an answer to. So oftentimes a question will be, have I saved enough money? Do I have enough to retire? Whatever retire means for the individual that's asking. and then also the constant comparison of
Yes.
what is, have I said, what do you usually see from your other clients? Do I line up? Am I above or below average? Are other clients doing the same thing? And I don't know if that's just a human nature or if it's an American thing, but that constant trying to measure yourself up to your neighbor and to the people around you. And a lot of it is I think truly the just I don't know how much I should have saved. I don't know what my goals should be financially. So looking at others is a great way, I think, to do that. The big problem or fallacy with that is kind of in the same frame on the investment side, is everybody is so unique. The answer to those questions depends on so many different things, and I can promise you that there are people out there that would be more than willing to give you an answer to that question without the background information. We could give an answer to that. It wouldn't be a accurate answer in light of your situation. That's a really important piece to that. Everything from your specific stage in life. What are your spending habits? Something that we see as far as spending or budget in individuals is this picture of, well, I can tell you what I'm spending now. One of the things that we love to talk about is clients that are not yet retired. How often? It's probably 8 out of 10 clients that think that their spending is going to go down.
Yes.
In retirement. And I think understandably so. You don't know what it is. You don't know what retirement's going to look like.
Yeah.
I think to put that in perspective is I like to phrase it as a right now while you're working, what is the most expensive day of the week? When are you usually spending the most money? And typically it's either Saturday or Sunday, because that's when you're out doing things.
Right. Yeah.
That's every day in retirement. You're not going to work anymore. It is every day is kind of filling that gap there. So that's
time to spend and the opportunity to spend money. And sometimes you pick up more habits, and you usually travel more too. Yeah. So that quite often becomes kind of the opposite. But digging into what that lifestyle is for you is how we go about answering that question. The encouragement, or kind of the takeaway, and we very intentionally kept this specific live event very broad. So that's a very big, broad picture, and we do intend on getting much more specific, topics down the road. But the takeaway I'd say for today is, both on the investment and the financial planning side, to try to do a little bit more analysis on what is it that you're actually trying to achieve. What does the retirement picture look like? And some people, for whatever reason, have in their head that I want to have $1 million by a certain age, or have a certain number. But when we get to ask those questions and dig into, well, why do you feel that's, and maybe that is an appropriate number, but why? Let's get into the details as to what it is that you're actually trying to accomplish with that $1 million. Because money is one thing, but satisfaction and wealth, it can mean two completely different things than just how much you have in assets. Spending habits, everything from your time horizon, how long before you plan to retire, your risk tolerance, those are all lots of different aspects, and savings rate. Your expected returns, which goes into your investments and risk tolerance. They're quite intertwined. The planning and the investment side is to see how the investments support those life goals and what you would really enjoy using your money for, because as I said, it's just a tool to get you to where you want to be in life. And so this has been fun.
Short, fun.
So we do plan to go live on a regular basis, and we really welcome your questions and your feedback. And you're welcome to comment in the comment area or direct message us. You can also email us at info@summitrva.com. So we hope to see you in the next installment in 2 weeks.
We're gonna shoot for every other week, and any kind of feedback, criticisms, we're very new at this, and we'll continue to learn. And, topics.
Something you really want to learn about. So we'll be all, it'll be good.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you.